What's happening, folks?
Good evening, everybody.
How's it going, Matt?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Doing fine.
Nice. All right. So let's get right into it. Last week, or the week before, we were watching Mindseed TV. We were watching a little compilation video, and they got some pretty cool stuff. I got to be honest. I was pretty impressed. But, the other day, I was thinking about it, and I was like, it's remarkable that a YouTube paranormal channel gets such good evidence. I know, like,
Right.
no network TVs come out to do, unless they're making a killing on YouTube, which they might be.
Yeah. Hold on a second, everybody. I think my camera got smudged. The kiddo was playing with my stuff. That's a little better. Not as glowy. I looked like I was glowing.
Beverage of choice. I'm gonna get wings tonight because I need a little energy. That's what I'll say about that.
I am
sponsor the show.
I am also enjoying the coconuts.
Nice.
And there might be a margarita somewhere in this house.
But I get a little suspicious when
it was too good, right?
There's some stuff where, like, I know that it's all about entertainment,
right?
And it's like, if you go to a paranormal place, you want to get good footage, because if you don't, it's not good. But
it was too good. Like, it was too much good.
You're getting some killer, like, you want proof of the paranormal, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, oh, there's no question.
Yeah, with that much activity, you could really, if you're a magnet for activity like that, man, you could do some real scientific experimentation, like, if you were smart about it.
Instead of just running around going, oh my God.
If you're getting consistently amazing footage, so I had to like go, all right, let me just see what's out there for debunking these guys. And I think I found the guy. Does anybody know who Beardo is?
This sounds familiar.
Sounds a little familiar. And I was like, where have I heard this guy before? But I don't know. So we're gonna watch him do his he's gonna review some video footage, and we'll talk about it. We'll see if he's either on par or if he's way off. I think he might be on par with this stuff, and I think he may have debunked Mindseed TV and proved them to be a hoax. Now, at the end of the show, I want to discuss a little bit about how that affects Mindseed TV.
It doesn't, because people are still going to watch and get creeped out.
I'm like,
people don't care about it being. People don't even care about it being real. They just want to be creeped out.
I got sucked into a story. It started off, I think, on Instagram. I saw some Facebook reel clips, and I was like, what is this? And it was this guy talking about, he was a content creator. When it was starting to first get big, he came to Hollywood, and all these content creators were together, and he got this weird letter basically after meeting some Hollywood talent scout, and it was super creepy, super Illuminati type shit, right? He goes to the party, and he says each room is like themed after the 7 deadly sins, and at the very last room, they form this line, allegedly. And of course, you can imagine what kind of eyes wide shut shit is going on here.
Oh, for sure.
And allegedly, there's a holy Bible, and before you get to go into the next room, you have to renounce your faith and say that I'm my own God, blah blah blah. Basically, satanic type shit.
Yeah,
like Church of Satan type stuff. So he's like, no, I'm not doing that shit, and they boot his ass out, right? Allegedly, he says he walks around the property and looks in a window and sees his friend that he was there with that was trying to like coax him along the whole thing. He's like, oh, come on, it'll be great. It sounds like some sort of teenage angst movie.
Yeah.
And I got suckered into it. And I was like, and he says he sees his friend doing some crazy shit, right? And then he says he starts getting followed, and all this crazy shit starts happening to him because he knows things. I looked into it a little bit further. He got debunked. And as it turns out, it was all bullshit for entertainment purposes. By the time people find this shit out, you've already made your money.
Yeah.
You're already in.
Yeah.
And,
like I said, nobody, it's not going to, like, we could debunk Mindseed all day, every day. People are still going to watch because they love being creeped out.
It's so interesting to me. But debunks are very interesting to me too. So let's take a look and see what he's got.
Just for his music choice, I'm gonna debunk this guy.
A lot of people ask me how I started debunking. A lot of people ask me, where did
Heavy
it come
accent.
from?
Heavy
I'll
accent.
tell everyone the same answer. It was Mindseed. I first started by accidentally debunking.
I expect to hear
Mindseed.
like
I used to love
37 see you
Mindseed
next
TV.
Tuesdays just based
I
off this
almost
guy's
believed everything.
accent.
And then I saw a mask slip. And so now, without looking directly into the camera, I'm going to debunk the top 10 Mindseed fakery.
Weirdos, boils and ghouls. We are going to be doing a top 10 Mindseed are fake. Now, some of this are going to be the debunks I've picked up over time, and some of this is going to be stuff I've looked at since and thought, that's fake. And I'm going to throw in some other stuff that other debunkers have found, and I will, of course, credit those debunkers, go and watch those debunkers. And if we've done the same debunks, because before I knew Parple and Parple knew me, we both did the same debunk on an episode, and we both spotted the same things, pretty much. I believe Mr. Grey and the Shape have debunked the same episodes. So I'll give credit where credit is due to people that have done the work as well. So just before we get into it, I will say this. I used to love Mindseed TV. I still think editing, production, sound, design, everything about the content is to a TV network standard. What they do is fake. However, what they do really, really well. And it was only while researching for this video that I realised there's been a sort of revolving door of members. There were people I didn't know were part of Mindseed in earlier parts of this video. I don't know if he'll make it in here.
Number 10.
Okay, so in at number 10 is the first debunk I ever did on Mindseed. I was doing a reaction video to this, and there were two intros on the video. My original, there was a, oh shit, I've just caught them faking, and then it cut to my original intro before I'd seen what I saw. So let's just show you guys at home, because some of you may have missed this. So the guys are asking for these balls to be moved, and they do.
Yeah. Come on, can you please move the... Whoa.
No.
Ooh, spooky. Now, did you see it? This orange ball
Why
is the
do
ball we are
debunkers have
concentrating
to
on.
be so
This is the only ball
condescending?
they acknowledge that moves. But this green ball
Because
in the
they're like,
background,
I know
when this
something
ball
you don't
starts
know.
moving, it wobbles because the mask slipped or broke or failed. And then when this ball comes back, this ball wobbles and this ball wobbles. Whatever they have done in the editing to mask this orange ball moving over everything else, for some bizarre reason, somehow the other balls, for a quick couple of seconds, or even fractions of seconds, so all three guys are staring in that direction,
I don't like the fact he's
intently
talking
waiting
this
for the
doll's
ball
ass.
to move. This is in slow-mo, quarter speed.
Like, I don't like that. Like, what?
This is in quarter speed. I've removed the volume. And these guys are waiting intently
Yeah,
for
let's
this
talk
orange
about that.
ball to move. See that glitch there?
Matt, that was a pretty... Hold on a second.
I don't.
There's the wobble again.
What?
And there's the ball underneath.
I don't see what he's talking
wobbling
about.
again. What that was
Hold on. Let me.
for
Full
this
screen
orange
this.
ball to move. See that glitch
Oh.
there?
Okay, I saw it when I full
That
screened it. I
green
saw it.
ball wobbled as the orange ball got too close to it. And when it rolls back, there's the wobble again. And there's the ball underneath wobbling again. What that was masking. The masking has failed. They've edited it wrong. Now, they replay this part a second time. And in the replay, they notice their mistake. Did you notice that wobble wasn't there? Why?
You would
But when the orange
think
ball
that-
comes back, there's that wobble.
You would think
And this
that
is the video that started
they
me
would
down the debunking
try
route. I was just
to be careful with their editing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they tried to, but I mean, here's the thing. These guys, he says he loved Mindseed. You don't put this much work into tearing something down if you actually loved it. These guys were him and all these other dudes are sitting here looking for, like, do you know how big they had to have that blown up to notice that little glitch in the darkness?
Well, they're probably going, this is some legit shit. Like, if I had those types of skills or time, I'd probably look into some of that stuff too and just see if I
Right,
could
but
learn
that's
it.
what I'm saying. Like, imagine how much time these people have freed up. Pause it for a second so we don't miss this part. But do you know how much time these guys spent watching this with all this stuff blown up and just staring at it as close as they could?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't do that to something that you're a fan of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're hunting for a way to tear these dudes down. You're not being a fan or nothing like that.
yeah.
You're hunting for a way to tear these dudes down. Also, I don't like my lighting because it looks like I just have two little tufts hanging out, and it completely ignores the blonde hair that's in here or the gray hair now,
Oh,
but
that's funny.
it completely ignores the gray hair that's right in here, and it's just two tufts. Got my little ball-chinians.
It's you kind of got a Bull Hurley thing going on from Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone. It's one of my favorite movies. You got a Bull
Let's
Hurley thing
go.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like that they did it. I just don't like the fact he claimed to have loved it.
I don't know. I think I'll still watch their stuff and just go, let's see what kind of shit they got.
For sure.
You
I mean,
know
but
what I
here you
It's
go.
still
Here you go.
entertaining.
I'll give you an example. I love Ghost Adventures. Ask me how much time I've put into trying to debunk Ghost Adventures.
I like the suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I really do. But let's see what he's got.
Extremely scary. Evil spirit impersonates a girl. Paranormal activity. With oh my gosh. I've had a few people recently like, surely you have a favorite of the fakers. Which one is it? People are like, is it Omar because he's nice? Is it Mindseed because of their production value? And it's none of them. I don't have a favorite faker because it's an insult to my paranormal beliefs. It's an insult to the decent teams that are out there. So when people are like, is it Omar? Is it Mindseed? It's none of them. If I had to say, is one of these shows better made than the other, it's going to be Mindseed, hands down. But it's full of the brown stuff. So they go to a house, they get loads of activity all the way through. I did a full episode on this as well. Paranormal Sins, the sin counter was through the roof. But this section involves Omar. And I know how this is done because I have done it. I just had to recreate what he did. Maybe I'll record me reenacting this scene at some point.
You also got to be kind of weird to be you got to be kind of weird to be a paranormal guy who's also into faking paranormal stuff.
Right.
And then
Like he
debunking
just
other
said,
stuff.
Right.
yeah, he
saw
just said he
I
was
saw
into it.
This chair in front of me charges
Yeah,
towards me. Let's mute.
pause this
Let's go to a
motherfucker for a
quarter
second.
speed.
So yeah, he just said that he's into faking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight this dude. I'm telling you again. I love the debunking stuff. I love this because this is what I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Is kind of picking this stuff apart a little bit. But this dude keeps saying, "I'm gonna destroy these guys because I'm doing the same thing they're doing." You know what I mean? It insults my paranormal beliefs, but I'm doing the same thing they're doing.
Yeah.
It's like he got mad because they were doing it better. You know what I mean?
And you really can't hate on Mindseed, right? They're just doing what all the other paranormal shows are doing, and it's
Yeah.
working for them. I mean, if somebody told me, "Hey, Chris, do you want to make a lot of money and have fun doing it and act?" like,
Right?
okay, and like all we need you to do is act scared. Like you're not like you want me to pretend to do something that I'm already into. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
So, bro, here's what we're gonna do when we strike out to go do our road trip. All we're gonna need is a couple of cots. I toss them in the back of the truck because I got the camper shell, so we don't have to worry about hotels. We just hit KOAs and just,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like we don't need to worry about hotels. We just hit KOAs
Okay.
and whatnot, and we just we just sleep in the truck.
Okay.
Shoot, we could even set up in parking lots.
I think like I'm not interested in if I was trying to think of, okay, let's say we did do an investigation, right? And we came up with nothing. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Matt and I will find a way to still have fun and make it entertaining.
Bro,
These
we're gonna
guys are
have-
leaning on fakery to entertain people.
well, you gotta realize when you're putting out this much content like that, you have to start leaning on fakery. Like ghost hunters. Ghost hunters came to a convention around here,
Mhm.
And they admitted, they go, look, sci-fi put pressure on us, so we had to start faking.
Well, yeah. See, no, I think if you're I think if you have a big enough personality, I think that you can lean on that and not necessarily
Holla at
have to get paranormal. Now, big personalities and you actually get paranormal shit. Now you're talking about a gold
Yeah.
mine.
me rolling up into a haunted location.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
ghost, it's me. Yeah, boy.
Oh man. I would like to get a characterization of you and I done where we're like, you're carrying me out of a haunted house and I'm all scared and shit.
We couldn't sell enough t-shirts at that point.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
So I know this guy. I know we're supposed to be watching this dude debunk, but I'm having so much fun just mocking this dude because he's like this right here.
He said he doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like this guy, I'm telling you right now, this guy's just drinking the haterade because they're outdoing him.
Yeah, it's like, hey, dude. I mean, Mindseed's production value is amazing.
Oh yeah, no,
twisted.
I mean, no, this dude's just salty because they're outdoing him.
I'm actually
but they're all probably really good at what they do.
Yeah,
and they're just taking and they're just going with it. You know what I mean? Each of them probably have something they're good at when it comes to the editing and setting everything up and whatnot, and they're just running with it. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, like I said, I think this guy's just hating because,
they're doing it and he's not. You know what I mean?
They're making money and he's not. So he's like, well, I know how to do this. How come I'm not making money? Because you're not doing as good as these guys. Like you just
I don't know. I'm enjoying watching these paranormal channels and thinking to myself, okay, where is the opportunity here for Matt and I to, make our mark? And I think
our mark is just how we handle and present ourselves.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's a lot about the story. Like you and me driving Route 66 and visiting paranormal locations on the way is going to be an absolute epic journey.
In the Great White Buffalo.
Yes. Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
Dude, I'll tell you guys right now, I never thought I'd get a diesel again, and I am loving this F-350. I love it so much. Got my crew cab dually on again. I'm loving it.
I like it.
But all right,
let's get back to this guy here.
This jackwagon. I swear to God, I'm gonna end up fighting this dude if I ever see him.
The faker who's also a hater faker.
Yeah.
You need to watch where Omar is, the direction Omar is traveling in, and the fact that he's already mentioned this chair. And then he runs backwards. And which way does the chair move? Now, what is important here is the trajectory that the chair moves in. It follows Omar's path, as in, where he moves, that chair moves. What could this possibly mean? It could mean that there is something
freaking ghost is chasing him with a chair.
To Omar. So when he moves, the chair pulls with him. So Omar runs away, but the chair starts moving at the exact same time that Omar moves. There's an overlaid sound before, but the chair follows him. Now, any decent paranormal investigator worth their salt would have stopped. I understand people running away. You're freaked out, you're scared, it's caught you off guard. You go to run, you stop, and you go, wait, what caused that? And you look at the chair, you investigate the chair, you cut away at no point to make sure that you have 100%
this dude just stand still and chill.
What just happened is legitimate. And what do? They cut to Omar's face to describe the event. Now, this video, there's other things with doors knocking, banging, and all the rest, but it's all from the side of the doors we can't see. And how do they prove that this was all real? They run away. In at number 8, I did a debunk on this. Me and Papal didn't know each other at the time, and Papal had also done a debunk on this, on the same section. But I'm going to show 2 bits of fakery in with this footage. So they amp up all the tension. The following footage may cause extreme discomfort and stick with you long after viewing this video. Ooh, eerie. So something Papal picked up on that I completely missed.
I don't like the condescending nature of these guys.
Now, they have a second camera,
especially when they're them.
But this whole thing is about doing a Ouija board on this dock, whatever it is. This is a lake. So you got the two guys in shot, but the Ouija board is not in shot, and they're really good at framing themselves. So why is Casey almost out of shot? The camera's too high. Why would that camera be that high? And this is something Parple picked out, not me. The fakery that happens explains exactly why this camera is set exactly where it is. Spladosh. Something appears from the lake. Oh shit. Don't grab the camera and point it at it. Run away. And this is a theme with Mindseed. Something scary, spooky wooky goes on. They run away. They don't investigate to prove that what they have seen is real. So again, we go into quarter speed.
Body
Say hi,
comes out
Chucky.
of the water.
When you're watching slow motion, you go frame by frame. You've got to question why the spladosh noise happens first, and then this thing appears. Now, the spladosh noise could have been somebody throwing a stone in. It could have been a fish. It could have been anything. And then they just react to it off the cuff and then run away because they haven't scripted it. But then they add this in. We're going to go frame by frame. I've muted it now because of the cricket noise. When we stop starting, it's going to sound horrible. Now, this doesn't emerge. It appears. It appears. And then it brightens whilst stationary. Why would that happen? That's because it's an overlay and they have faded the overlay in. There's a little bit of movement. A little bit more movement. I think this is supposed to resemble a head popping out of the water looking at one of them. Colton? Now this thing is stationary. Now this part is important as well. We've seen this thing fade in with a fade in effect. We've seen it magically appear and then move a frame. It's all editing tricks. But this part gives them away as well. Watch. So we need to watch Colton. Watch the bobbing head while his arm lifts. He goes to run. Did you see that? There's the transparency being changed. A little bit of movement. A little bit more transparency. This has been faded in. Watch this thing as Colton's arm gets near it.
Ooh.
It disappeared before his arm passed it. But when his arm raises, it's still there.
Okay.
And the same thing happens there. He gets too close, the thing disappears. This should still be in shot. It's lit. And something else to consider, as well as the thing popping up, just appearing, as well as the fading, as well as it disappearing with Colton's movements. The other thing you have to consider is water reflects and ripples when something moves in it. There's no rippling in that water that we can see. There's no reflection. And when Parple did his debunk, he went into a little bit of reflection that was there, but the reflection was facing the wrong way. It wasn't mirrored correctly. So whatever they did, they cocked up. They cocked this entire thing up beginning to end. Now, is this debunk 100%? I think so. Now, we watched this section. They're doing a spirit box. They hear a loud bang, and then all hell breaks loose. There's lots of noise, lots of camera shaking, and the camera shaking is what is important here, because that's all it is. Nothing is actually moving. They're just shaking the cameras to overlaid sounds, and again, they run away. These are the most cowardly ghost hunters ever. They're not paranormal investigators, they're ghost hunters. It's a ghost hunting show. But watch this section. Now, all hell is about to break loose. Now, feel free to watch that section back at your leisure and watch it in slow motion. Or watch my video where I debunk this. Because nothing actually
right
moves.
to that doll's
There's stuff
ass.
hanging off
You
the
are
stall doors.
absolutely
There's stuff
correct.
hanging at the
Yeah.
back. None of it
I
moves.
mean, I can see his
Just
mic behind it,
camera
but it's just
shaking.
awkward.
Star Trek used to do this thing where if the ship got hit by something, they would
Oh,
all
I
do
see,
that.
yeah.
You've recently
I thought
seen me
the doll
do
was
it with
sitting in
a
a
Smug Puppy
chair.
video where I recreated his fakeness. All they
wasn't
do
even
is
thinking about his
they do
microphone.
this.
I was like,
And the camera
I'll be
operator
damned,
does
he's
this to make
talking,
it look
right?
like
It's ass.
the Enterprise has been shot.
My
These
bad.
guys have just overlaid some sounds, and they're doing all this with the cameras while they're running to make it look like the entire barn is shaking. Nothing is moving. And if you're watching in slow motion, you will see that all the things hanging up don't move. Remember the time Tanner
Okay, but I
almost
mean, if they're
quit?
banging on stall doors, doesn't mean everything's going to move.
Very scary. Now this, Tanner gets dragged across a attic. Now I can't see who's pulled him, or if a wire has pulled him, or a sort of gizmo or a contraption. I can't see that. So I can't debunk that in itself. But his reaction afterwards tells you everything you need to know.
Yes, knows. I'm thinking to myself, like, maybe we just wrap it up and call it a night, honestly.
Now, first things first.
Isn't the idea of ghosts fucking crazy in the first place?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, wait a second here. And I just had this epiphany. And I was like, something or someone in a different dimensional plane can physically affect our dimension. That is some, like, there's not enough weed in the world to make that clear for anybody. It's beyond me, and I don't know if I can subscribe to something that crazy unless I see it for myself. I really don't. Now that I see that all these amazing paranormal videos are fake, I'm like, where's the real shit at? You know?
Bro, it's so buried because like it's because the sensationalized stuff like this is what gets the views. I mean, I'm for real. This is me. Like, I don't know where Captain Dipshit here like thinks he's gonna stand his ground on a chair just coming at him. But
what I've never understood, like they have those flashlights that are like 3 million candlelight, and you turn them on, and it's like the sun.
yeah,
How come nobody ever, like, when the shit's going down, you just light up the room? Just light up the whole room. I'm not scared if there's light. Like, I'll go in a haunted place during the day. That doesn't scare me nearly as much. But I could walk through a haunted asylum during the day, see a black shadow, not nearly be as scared as if I was walking in that bitch at 3 a.m. with a flashlight and I see a shadow at the end of a hallway. That's gonna scare the shit out of me.
yeah.
But if I was in the dark, yeah, I'd be scared as fuck. Now, if I'm there and I know that I'm not bullshitting and this is 100% real and I can prove paranormal activity. Because if that's what's happening, if you have irrefutable evidence of the paranormal, then wouldn't you just go, fuck my fear? I got it. It's like seeing Bigfoot. You know what I mean? Like if I was in the woods and I saw Bigfoot and I knew that this is it, I could go down as a legend if this thing tears me apart. Like,
I mean, for sure.
I
But
don't
like,
know.
I mean,
I say that.
like I said, this guy. I think this guy's just hating because he can't do it on their level,
Yeah.
so he decides to pick it apart. I mean, for real, Chris, we ain't going anywhere in the dark when we're going. Just so you know,
Oh, really?
I'm not getting stabbed by a hobo for an internet show we don't get paid for.
I would absolutely do one of those. They do ghost tours and shit at these fucking
Yeah.
giant places and stuff. I'd
Oh yeah,
absolutely
we could do one of those, but I mean, I'm not gonna.
I worry now that they wouldn't let us do footage and stuff. That would.
But I don't want to go. I don't want to like be like, oh man, I bet that place is haunted. Let's come back in the dark. No,
Oh no.
no, that is some white people shit.
There's actually a place, because I thought about this too. If a place is haunted, doesn't mean you have to be inside to catch footage, right? There's an old, it used to be a brothel back in the day, but
Okay.
it's a bar and tavern restaurant thing. It's called the Oxford Saloon. It's in old time Snohomish, Washington,
Okay.
not too far away from me at all. And there's some shit. I've heard some stories. I trained a guy that saw something there and experienced multiple things, and he's legit. And because some people went in there provoking one time during an investigation, those people are not allowed back, and no paranormal investigators are allowed back because after they went in there provoking, the activity got bad for a while, and finally it's calmed down. So we're like, we're not going to have you guys come in here and rile these things up.
Yeah, no joke.
But I was like, oh man, it bummed me out because it was so close and it's so like notorious.
Yeah.
I was like, why not just go down there in the middle of the night and shine some cameras in there and see if you catch anything? You know, that might be interesting. Or the other idea I had was they have those 360 cameras now that are basically like GoPros.
Oh,
and
yeah.
motion sensing. And I was like, I don't even want to go in there. I just want to see if we catch anything. I think I might be able to get away with that. That would be fun. But let's get back into this guy.
We can't see anything from his waist down. So there could be somebody else up there, the pulley system, whatever.
Yeah, see, that one
fall,
that one had me
and
questioning.
Dude, you good? Shit. What?
That is hell of a pull. Why does the camera drop down into that?
What the fuck? Yo.
Now he pulls himself back. He's all freaked out. Very freaked out. Ooh, I'd be freaked out. In fact, I wouldn't be sitting there. I'd have run away. Now they look around to make sure there's nobody else up there. Where don't they look? In the direction he was actually pulled. And this is what I mean when I say, even though I can't debunk the actual pull, everything after gives it away. They don't look in the direction he was pulled.
Wait a minute.
They don't walk down past the...
This mother trucker just said he'd stand his ground on a chair and investigate, but then says it's proof of fakery because they didn't run away. He spends the first half of this video shit talking them for running away, and then when they don't run away, he's like, "No, this is fake." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fighting this dude.
Those antlers and stuff that are on the floor to prove there's nobody there.
Where's Tanner? Yo. As soon as I opened my mouth, I felt like an intense pressure around my ankles, and I guess I slid across.
Something else. Just for fun, you need to do. Go and watch Tanner's early days on the show and listen to the tone of his voice. He speaks very lightly. He speaks very high-pitched. His natural talking tone is high-pitched. This voice just suddenly develops a few months into his stint on Mindseed. And it's hilarious because it just reminds me of...
No, you're not. You will not be taking our pod today, sir.
Well, are you making your voice deeper?
No, you are. You're imitating the God-Man. No, I'm not.
He just did it again.
This is my voice.
Now, the other giveaway is Tanner himself and Tanner's reaction to what has just happened. I mean, he's just sitting there after something has attacked him. Initial reaction? Shock. But watch this.
What's up, bro? I'm gonna just stop you. You keep rolling if you want. I'm gonna stop. What the fuck? Around my ankles.
There's a smile coming.
Let's take a little
Back
reset.
to shocked.
Yeah, I think you can stop rolling.
So he's dragged. He looks like he's trying to stifle a little bit of a grin. And his friends, his teammates' reactions are, bro, what the hell? They don't check on him. They check the wrong area of that attic. And then Casey says something like, I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to stop recording. You keep recording. Your friend's just been dragged, potentially attacked by a spirit or a demon. You keep recording, but I'm going to stop because I care. Okay, so there's a guy
Bro,
I've
he
never
totally
seen
just
with them. This
backtracked
is
everything he was
really
talking
early
smack
days for
on
them.
him for.
And they've got a PSB11 spirit box.
You're
But
right.
It's got a thermometer in there. It tells the temperature in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not even American temperatures that I don't understand. But the temperature that they're claiming are going up is possibly because it's a building that was cold until their body heat gets into the room. And then they start saying, like, oh, it's gone up to 5, it's gone up to 5. And there's a reason it goes up to 5.
Thank you. Keep going. Keep doing it. Don't be shy.
This device is meant to be left on a surface.
If you can move it to 5.
Yes, I did see that. And what that is your body heat. That's why you've picked it up, knowing you will affect the heat or the thermometer in this thing. These things are overly sensitive because they developed for ghost hunting, and they'll have done their homework and they will know what triggers it. Let's give them the dues. They do their homework. They know exactly what they're doing.
People that don't know the technical usage.
Okay, so the next clip. Terrifying haunted doll that moves. Ooh. And it moves over time, over 2 days, and they got the speed ramped up. And there's an issue with these guys in speed ramping, and I will show you that in the next clip. But watch closely. Now, they're waiting for this doll to move. Apparently, it's a possessed doll, and it moves. And it does move.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Not only does this thing move, but there are 2 cameras on it, and it looks directly down both cameras. Now, while this upper portion of the doll is moving, the dress moves. Of course, it's all connected. But just before that doll moves for the first time, what's this part of the dress before any other part of the doll moves? Whatever they've done here, they've done very well. It's obviously a wire and a wire removal tool, and it is hidden so well that I cannot see it. So I can't 100% debunk it. But this part moving, this little bit of the dress before the doll starts leaning forward and stuff, to me, that was a mistake. That was them starting to pull the wire tight. It affected the dress, and they're like, we can get away with that. But if this is in fact a cursed doll, why would it look directly down the camera on each day? They've moved the camera here, and what's it? Wait. Hey, that's freaky, right? That's really freaky, right? It's also fake. Watch closely. Doll starts to move, doll starts to move. What was that wobble there? That was a cut. There was a cut, or 2 cuts in that movement. This is pretty much, I think, how they did this, stop motion and then overlay a continuous sound over the top of it. Okay, so they speed ramping. The speed ramping is it's off. So it shows them sleeping, moving about. Casey gets up, stands in a corner. Where have we seen this before? Casey's wearing tit shorts. Now, where have we seen this before? With the tit, yes. Now, he claims to be stood there and rocking for 45 minutes. 43 minutes and 50 seconds, I think he says. So we've got all this wobbling, all this wobbling. Now, this is speed ramped, remember?
Jesus.
This, however many seconds of footage, is taken from 43 minutes and 50 seconds. So if it was that fast, why didn't he take off to get back into bed like the Flash? Or was he really only there for 3 or 4 minutes and ramped that up a little bit? The movement of him getting back into the bed and the movement before, apart from even when he stood there, the rocking, it's not fast enough. It looks off because they've lied about the time frame that this took place. Lee does it, these do it, and it's all ripped off from Paranormal Activity movies.
I was standing there for a total of 43 minutes and 28 seconds.
You were not there for that length of time at all, were you, sir? Oh, this next one are 2 debunks in one. Are they going to count in the ranking? Myself, The Shape, and Mr. Grey have all covered this. Mindseed say that this is a uncut video. The scariest video you'll ever watch, insane Paranormal Activity, uncut footage. And there's more cuts in here than a barber's on a Saturday.
Holy shit, how much he
city
moves
centre
while talking is driving me nuts.
On. Okay, this kitchen scene is very important. The chairs. You'll have seen The Shape do this, you'll have seen Mr. Grey do this, and myself do this. They hide the cut quite well.
I myself do this.
You see the chairs? Oh.
Remember, no cuts in this video at all. All those chairs are stacked in a matter of milliseconds. Now, there is one of those wild camera spins, and those camera spins are used to hide cuts. If you watch The Shape of Mr. Grey's videos, they spot the cuts. And I'd rather direct you to the guys that did the work better than I did, because I did this video, but nowhere near as good as those guys did. In fact, Mr. Grey stops the video and actually shows the cut and how you can see it. The same cut that I spotted, but Mr. Gree just explains it so much better. So go check out Mr. Gree. I will be linking Mr. Gree, Purple and the Shape in the comment section down below. So go check them out. So they put all the chairs back, and then they go upstairs.
It was right above the kitchen, so that means whatever's in front of you. Not that way. Like directly.
Chairs are down. They're about to move upstairs. And remember, there's no cuts in this video. Uncut footage. Now, you could hide a cut here, but that's not what it is. You could hide a cut there.
Oh my.
See that big white flash there?
Whoa.
That was the cut. I originally thought the cut was a little earlier.
I would have lost my
There's a
mind
weird
if I saw
frame
that
with
footage.
step
I would have been like,
jumps.
what?
Now, maybe I was a little off by like a second and a half. I thought the cut was there. But then Mr. Gree's like, that quick camera spin in slow motion, there's a white pulse, there's the cut. And I'm inclined to believe that Mr. Gree is more right than me. He's more experienced. He's got more of a background in editing.
My God.
This video title is Uncut. Does that mean there are no cuts in the movie, or is it that every bit of activity is shown with no bleeping and all the rest of it? So the title alludes to there's no cuts in the video, sort of.
Let me show you what I just saw. I'm almost positive I got that on camera too. Let me show you what the you just looked like.
But there's a cut. It's clearly a cut because they've put lettering and sentences in.
So now that you've seen what we went through, we're
And
going to
there's a
break
cut.
it.
Now they could say it's the uncut footage in regards to everything is in the video, but there may be some interlaced cut scenes. That title is a bit misleading, but the biggest cut is obviously the first debunk, and the biggest one is that cut on the stairs. The second one is they claim this to be uncut, and they're cutting away to text, they're cutting away to interviews in the dark, much like I did at the beginning of this video. And finally, the greatest debunk of all time with Mindseed, where they claim they're in a home alone, Casey is in bed. But the biggest mistake, and I left this in my original thumbnail on this video, and the Shape has covered this as well. Check this out. The lights are flickering. The door's about to slam. The lights are flickering. The door's about to slam. He's all on his own. And his proof that he was all on his own in a later video was that he showed footage of Colton sleeping. We've only got your word to take that that's where he was at that time. But who is that in the mirror that you didn't realise you caught? And then what you did after me and the Shape debunked you was claim that this is in fact not Colton, it is the ghost. Not trying to tell me that that is not Colton. Your ghost just happens to be wearing a very tight black t-shirt and have the same facial hair and haircut as Colton. But he's all alone, and the video is Invisible Friend. But he's all alone, and the video is called The Invisible Friend. Yet, who the hell is that in the reflection? This was by far my favourite debunk, and this is the only debunk they've ever tried to answer back to. They didn't shout out any debunkers that questioned it. They just lied and said, look, here's the footage of Colton actually sleeping. That could have come at any point. The other thing is, they have this magnificent paranormal event, and it's cut in between cameras. They should play the full section, and then the full section off a different camera, and then so on and so forth. And they don't do that. They cut back to them talking. And the biggest sin and the biggest giveaway to all of this is, in the editing process, they must have spotted that Colton's reflection was in that glass frame. And instead of trying to say, listen, this is where Colton was sleeping at this time, it was a mimic, it was a shapeshifter, anything, they completely ignore it. They completely ignore it and hope that we never see it as fans, as viewers. It was a mistake. They only... Now, somebody that edits their videos
to get them
this
more views.
meticulously
Yeah,
didn't see that reflection. I find that really hard to believe.
Have a whole
And instead of trying to mask it, or instead of trying to explain it away with, this is a image of the ghost. We caught the image of the ghost, and we didn't even realize. None of that. They completely ignore it and hope that we don't see it. So there you go, guys. My favorite debunks of Mindseed. There's some stuff I've debunked before. There's some stuff in there that I hadn't looked at until I was researching to do this video, because I think Mindseed deserve a deeper look, because they are one of the biggest paranormal channels on YouTube. but they are not real. It is all staged. 1.64 million subscribers. That is massive. And in no way does it say for entertainment purposes. They claim this is all real, but there's too many faults. The description reads, "Welcome to a paranormal channel where we explore the mysterious and unexplained. From haunted houses and abandoned buildings to ghost sightings to supernatural phenomena. Our team of investigators delves into the world of the paranormal to uncover the truth behind the legends. With years of experience and cutting-edge technology, we capture evidence that will leave you questioning what you thought you knew about the supernatural. Subscribe now and join us on our journey."
They're great at marketing. You're not.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thoughts?
So anyway, I just gonna start doing this as I do the video because Jesus Christ, that dude didn't sit still the whole time. Cocaine's a hell of a drug,
Mhm.
and it definitely influenced that haircut. Dude, okay. I understand that some of these YouTube channels, 99.9% of them, are gonna fake stuff.
Mm.
I mean, it's just the day and age we live in. If you're trying to just put real stuff out there, you wouldn't get the views. And that's what I mean when I say that the real stuff is buried. I think the realest stuff we've ever watched on this show and commented on was the Shadow Guy.
Yeah, what was that guy's channel?
Oh fuck, I don't remember. But that was some of the best stuff.
Haunted Maine or something like that.
Something like that, where he had the shadow figures in the windows and they'd charge him. That guy's probably the most real stuff we've watched. This guy straight up was just hating to hate, man. It wasn't he was dead set to debunk them. He was debunking them because they were doing the same stuff he did. And he even admitted a few times that he did the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's just they did it better.
Ghost
of Maine. Josh got us. That guy had some, I'm telling you, but yeah, this guy hating just to hate, bro.
Uh-oh.
They take his page down?
Hold on a second. Hold on. He's been debunked.
The Ghost of Maine guy?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I think. Let's see if this is 100% proof. Has anyone ever heard of the debunker named The Shape?
No. Well, except for when this guy was talking about him like 1,000 times.
This guy's a little weird. I'm wondering.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, guys, I'm deep into woods. I'm like at least 100 miles away from any.
The guy that found that evidence, his channel is called Shadow Dude, which is kind of fitting. I think he ghost hunted with me first at one time or another. I think he was there when this was called, when he called Kent. Anyway, Shadow Dude, I'll put his link in the description. Let's bust Ghost of Carmel.
It's a weird pause.
All right, well, I'm going to go here. Come back. Oh.
I heard that. Oh my God.
She said, come back, don't go. I'll be back. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just shutting the spare box off, but I'm not leaving the house, okay? Okay? They don't want me to go. This is sad.
All right, now we'll watch this clip closely, and then watch the one I show you after from my night vision camera I have posted downstairs.
This guy definitely lives in his mom's basement.
Oh, 1,000%.
I hate shutting it down because they get really upset.
Now watch this doorway. You can see him go in front of the candle. See right there? See him walk down? I'm gonna show you again. Now watch the following clip. You'll clearly see that he can, in fact, reach back and open that door, and that he did, in fact, do it here. And you can see that he clearly swaps hands with the phone so that he can reach back and pop that door back open.
Well, this is really sad because you can actually see Kent lean back in up there and open the door. You can see him switch the phone from one hand to the other. You can see him lean over, open the door, and then come around the steps. We're going to line both of these up side by side, time it perfect, show you exactly what happened. You got busted, Kent.
I better get the hell on down these fucking steps. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's shutting it down because.
Let's all give him a round of applause. Let's do it. Come on, just bravo, Kent. Bravo, buddy.
Get really upset.
Now watch this doorway.
Here we go again. Now watch, he switches hands. See him switch? Now look, he's up there. The door's opening. Look where he's at, right beside the door. Now he's running around like, whoop, I didn't do it.
You can see him go in front of the candle.
Hey, but he didn't try to debunk any of the shadows?
We might have to look into, I'll see some more debunking of that at another time. Is there any legit footage out there?
I don't know,
Or
man.
is it all faked? Man, I'll tell you what. I'd be very ecstatic to catch something on camera. Anything.
It'd be a good time. But yeah. Oh, debunkers.
I wonder why. I wonder why. Like, there has to. Does anybody know of a channel that seems legit?
I mean,
I'll look at them one by one. We'll debunk all of them. Fuck it.
I'm in. I mean, the Ghost of Man guy really seemed legit. But I'm sorry, but they're supposed to be like, these guys are supposed to be top notch debunkers.
Oh no. They're guys with no lives that have nothing better to do.
Because
Sorry.
what I'm saying is, like, that guy has posted hundreds of videos of these shadows, and what he goes for is him faking a door opening.
Yeah, but anytime you have to, if you're seeing real shadows and shit, you don't have to fake a door opening, bro. You're getting the most ridiculous shadows on camera ever.
I understand. I'm just saying, like,
That's
you know what I mean? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh, I know exactly what you're saying. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
With that said, I'm starving, dude.
Go get some
I'm gonna
food,
go
buddy.
get some food.
I'm wiped. I'm ready to go to bed.
All right, man. Well, everybody, thank you for watching us. Unfortunately, Mindseed TV has been debunked.
Debunked.
I'll still watch them for fun and entertainment purposes. Maybe we'll catch the bullshit next time.
Yeah.
You never know. But Yeah. And remember, anything's possible.
1000% maybe, guys.
And definitely do not stick your, I think so. We did get booted from Facebook, and I'm trying to figure out why. Like, how does YouTube keep us and Facebook doesn't?
I think it might be the stick your dick in a portal part.
It might be. So, you know what? Just watch out for them portals. Okay. We'll see you next time right here on Talking Paranormal.
Bye, everybody.